In this lesson, we'll be looking at a few tougher metric-to-metric conversions. First, let's look at a few conversion factors. In this first box, you see this unit here with this A with this tiny circle above it. That's called an angstrom. 10 billion angstroms is equal to 1 meter. In this box, we have 1 centimeter with a tiny 3 above it. That's the sign for cubic, meaning 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter. That's cubic centimeter. That's equal to 1 milliliter and can also be written as cc, standing for cubic centimeter. 1 decimeter cubed, or 1 cubic decimeter, is equal to 1 liter. Looking at our first problem, we have 175 megagrams, and we're trying to convert to micrograms. Just like in the previous lesson, we'll do this in a two-step process. The conversion factor from megagrams to grams is 1 million grams for every 1 megagram. So because we started with megagrams, our denominator in our first conversion factor is going to be megagrams. We'll set this up as 175 megagrams times 1 million grams over 1 megagram. Our next conversion factor will be grams to micrograms. Because grams was the numerator in our first conversion factor, it's going to be the denominator in our second conversion factor. We know that there are 1 million micrograms in 1 gram, so our numerator in the second conversion factor is going to be 1 million grams. 175 megagrams times 1 million grams times 1 million micrograms gives us our answer. You'll see that the megagrams cancel out and the grams cancel out, which means we're left with micrograms. 175 megagrams is equal to 1.75 times 10 to the 14th micrograms. You'll see that because we started with 3 significant figures, our answer also has 3 significant figures. Our second problem is 250 centiliters converted to picoliters. Because we started with centiliters, our denominator in our first conversion factor is going to be centiliters, and we know from the metric prefix chart that centi is 1/100th of a liter. Therefore, there are 100 centiliters in 1 liter. We'll set up the conversion factor as 250 centiliters equals 1 liter over 100 centiliters. Next, we'll convert liters to picoliters. We'll see that in the metric prefix chart, pico is 1 trillion. Therefore, we have 1 trillion picoliters in 1 liter. So we'll have 1 trillion picoliters on the top in the second conversion, and 1 liter in the bottom in the second conversion. 250 centiliters divided by 100 centiliters times 1 trillion picoliters will give us our answer. You'll see that the centiliters and the liters cancel out. 250 centiliters is equal to 2.5 times 10 to the 12 picoliters. You'll see because we started with 2 significant figures, our answer also has to have 2 significant figures. Our next problem focuses on converting nanometers to angstroms. Therefore, we'll convert from nanometers to meters to angstroms. We'll set up the first conversion factor using nanometers in the denominator because that's what we started with. We know that there are 1 billion nanometers in every 1 meter. So we'll have 0.0780 nanometers times 1 meter over 1 billion nanometers. Next, we'll convert meters to angstroms. And we know because of the new conversion factor that there are 10 billion angstroms in 1 meter. Therefore, 10 billion angstroms will be in the numerator, and 1 meter will be in the denominator. 0.0780 nanometers divided by 1 billion nanometers times 10 billion angstroms gives us our answer. 0.0780 nanometers is equal to 0.78 angstroms. Our next problem focuses on converting centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed. We'll do this easily by converting centimeters cubed to milliliters, milliliters to liters, and then liters to decimeters cubed. We'll set this up as 56.7 centimeters cubed times 1 milliliter over 1 centimeter cubed. This way, the centimeter cubes cancel out, and we're left with milliliters. Our next conversion factor will have milliliters in the denominator, converting to liters. We know that there are 1,000 milliliters in every liter, so the bottom will have 1,000 milliliters, and the top will have 1 liter. Next, we'll convert this 1 liter to decimeters cubed. We know that that's a 1-to-1 ratio, so we'll have 1 liter on the bottom to cancel out the top liter, and then we'll be left with decimeters cubed. 56.7 centimeters cubed times 1 divided by 1,000 times 1. 56.7 centimeters cubed is equal to 0.0567 decimeters cubed. Our final question for this section is a multi-part question. It's asking us to find the total volume in liters of these different numbers, but each different number has different units. 226 milliliters, 0.400 liters, 0.002000 kiloliters, 250 centiliters, and 1.07 deciliters. Now, in order to add these together, they need to be all in the same units, so we'll have to convert them all to liters before we add them. We'll start off by converting 226 milliliters. We know that the conversion factor between milliliters and liters is 1,000, and because we started with milliliters, we'll make sure that the denominator is milliliters as well. 226 times 1 liter over 1,000 milliliters. 226 milliliters divided by 1,000 milliliters equals 0.226 liters. The next number is 0.400 liters. Converting this to liters should be pretty easy. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 liter is equal to 1 liter. 0.400 liters is equal to 0.400 liters. The next number, 0.002000 kiloliters, converted to liters, uses a conversion factor of 1,000 as well. This time, however, it's 1,000 liters in every kiloliter. Because we're starting with kiloliters, kiloliters is also going to be in the denominator. Therefore, it'll be set up in the following manner. 0.002000 kiloliters times 1,000 liters divided by 1 kiloliter. 0.002000 kiloliters times 1,000 liters is equal to 2 liters. The next number, 250 centiliters, converted to liters, uses the conversion factor of 1/100th. Because we started with centiliters, 100 centiliters will be our denominator. 250 times 1 liter divided by 100 centiliters. 250 centiliters divided by 100 equals 2.5 liters. The last number, 1.07 deciliters, uses the conversion factor of 1/10. Therefore, because we started with deciliters, our denominator will be 10 deciliters. 1.07 times 1 liter over 10 deciliters. 1.07 deciliters divided by 10 equals 0.107 liters. Now that we've converted all of our numbers into liters, we can now add them up. 0.226 plus 0.400 plus 2 plus 2.5 plus 0.107. You'll notice that when we did these conversions, we kept the right number of significant figures. 226 is 3 significant figures, 0.226 is 3 significant figures, 0.400 is 3 significant figures, 0.400 is 3 significant figures. 0.002000 is 4 significant figures, and 2.000 is 4 significant figures. 250.0 is 4 significant figures, 2.500 is 4 significant figures. 1.07 is 3 significant figures, 0.107 is 3 significant figures. Now when we go to line these up, we need to line up their decimals. This way, we can see which one has the least number of decimal places, because that's the rule for significant figure math. It just so happens that when we line them all up, they all have 3 decimal places, therefore our answer must have 3 decimal places. When we add them all up, the answer is 5.233 liters. This concludes this section of our unit. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me.